Hello and welcome to the next episode of the Interlocking Loops Flosstube video. It's July 29th, Wednesday of 2020. Well, I've been stitching. I hope you guys have too. Let's talk a little bit about the projects I've been working on. The last time we talked, this pattern I had not started, and now I've actually got it finished. It's one of the patterns by Heart and Hand, the Square Dance. This pattern contains all three of them, and I was working on the July one, and I got that finished. It's on, I believe, 16 count coffee tea dyed Aida. And I love blue and green together. In my knitting life, I do a lot of stuff with blue and green, so this is really no exception. I hope that's focusing. Anyway, the cute little fish. So that I not only started, but I did get finished. And just so you can kind of get an idea of how dark the coffee tea dyed is on this one, it looks more like in the light. Here's regular white, and here it is. So it's darker than some of the stuff I've coffee tea dyed, but I really like it. The white pops on the pattern. I wanted to finish it because I have more of that piece of Aida that I plan on doing something else with. So we'll see, maybe see that next episode. So let's talk about what else I've been working on. That's the only finished object I have. But as far as works in progress, the Flag of Stars by Bent Creek. I believe I had this started last time. A nice patriotic piece. And it's also on 16 count coffee tea dyed Aida. Maybe you can see it better with this in the background. So I have the star, the main far corner, and I'm working on the stripes. So I've got a few stitches left of the very top, and then I can finish up the stripes. And it's got white, two different colors of blue, there are two different colors of red in the stripes, and it's going to be great display for next year. I really like that one. So let's talk about Brenda Gervais, With Thy Needle and Thread, her December wordplay. I started it last time, I believe. My favorite part was a Santa Claus. And I've been working, I started with him. I tend to start toward the middle of the project. He was fairly close to the middle. And while I probably have 40% or more are finished, I brightened up the colors to the ones I liked a little bit better that I had easy access to, as floss is in a little bit limited supply. Even at Hobby Lobby, you can't find all the flosses of DMC. So that's coming along well, and it's a fairly quick stitch. I just haven't worked on it a ton. I've been really busy with work and family things, but I promised you last time we talked, we'd talk a little bit more about some of my new acquisitions that I had been making over the past couple of months. So let's jump into some of those. Now, I may have alluded last time to I've been bit by the sampler bug. I watch Flosstube videos, a variety of different projects from lots of different people, and I got bit. So the one that I fell in love with first, or at least toward the top, is the G Ledger 1898. And I know you've seen this in other videos. I don't know when I will start this, but it's one of those, wow, I love it. I love this house in the middle. I love the fruit. I love the alphabet. That's beautiful. I purchased that from Kitten Stitcher, from her shop. Now, I can't tell you where I bought all of these different things because I have shopped around a little bit, but her shipping is really fast. Another one I purchased soon after that is by Stacy Nash, the Hannah Jenkinson sampler, dated 1778. Sorry for the crinkly sound, but it's so much easier for you guys to see if I don't have it in the plastic. Can you see that? Something about the colors on that type of fabric really spoke to me, and it gives the DMC thread colors for it as well. So I don't know, I really like that. So another one that I bought fairly early on, Heidi Cran, if you watch her Flosstube video, I can't think of what it's called now. She did one of the small red samplers made into a pillow for her collection, and one of them was from the Ooh La La by Blackbird Designs book, and it's a great book, and it has lots of different patterns in it. I believe the one Heidi had demonstrated was this one right here. And I have the red floss. I'm not sure if I'm going to do all the different squares down here, but I might. And that's what I wanted to use, that darker Ada for another piece, to have red show up on that. I think that would look pretty good. So I love the color red anyway. So I have since seen Spring Green Pincushion that's also in this book done, and I just love it. This one here. I like the houses. You know how I am with houses and barns. But the pin keep, let's see. I like the fact that it gives you finishing instructions on several different, on the items in here. Let's see. So here is that same pillow. See how that's done in red? It's got several different colors down here in the little squares. I don't know if I'll do that or not, but I just think this will be cute. I can envision having a few things in summer colors, including red, all in a display. So I encourage you, if you think it all that looks good to you, to go ahead and see if you can find that book. Now you see my cat's trying to help me too. She just likes cross stitch as well. So after seeing a lot of patriotic things, I did purchase Patriotic Poppies by Brenda Gervais. And maybe I'll start this next May for Stitch Mania. Of course, I love the fact there's a sheep on it, but I also like the fact that it's patriotic and all those pretty flowers. Fat Quarter Shop had one of their 24-hour flash sale things, and I purchased this one from, to quote Shakespeare, also from Brenda Gervais. I think that's pretty. I like the colors as much as anything. I think I was on my red trip at that time too, so. I also purchased Heart and Hand by Brenda Gervais. This is not the Brenda Gervais show, but, and when exactly I'm going to start all these, I don't know. This may keep me busy for years to come. But this has another great house in red. Algender's 1875 sampler by Brenda Gervais is next up that I purchased. See all that red? So in trying to decide what red I wanted for the first one from the Blackbird Designs book, I did buy a few different reds, so I know I have enough floss in another version of red to cover this one as well. I also bought Maria Selby Humphrey 1831 by Blackbird Designs. It's kind of hard to see, but I like this one the best with this house. And then I know I'm late to the party about the Sweet Land of Liberty by Blackbird Designs with the different patriotic cross-stitch patterns on it. I wish you could see these. There's a little bit of glare. But I like several of these, and while I didn't start one of them this year, maybe next year is the year. Sometimes you fall in love with these things and have a difficult time finding the book, so I thought maybe I better buy it while I could. I also bought Elizabeth Walsh's work by the Scarlet House. You see, I did go a little bit overboard in my shopping. But the tray, let's see, is there another picture that I could show? Not really. Well, it's hard to see the tray, the pattern on the tray. But it has some small items on top, but this with the basket. So that is a Scarlet House Elizabeth Walsh's work. Maria Davis, 1823, a banger, main production. And I could actually see myself maybe stitching this in a navy. So this next one, I think it's T.M. Gardner, 1888. By Country with Thy Needle and Thread. There's that house. I thought maybe I wouldn't do the whole thing, but I'd be sure and get the house in there. LR 1844. I thought this one, I could make a basket of pin cushions, of little bitty ones, taking different small motifs and doing those individually. Would look really pretty. Something for spring. Then I do like strawberries, and the Truckin' Along for June from Stitching with the Housewives pattern. Don't you love a good strawberry? And maybe I showed this one last time. I don't really remember. Then I have purchased from their Etsy shop a few of their other patterns. There's one in the Ornament series, Gingham Greetings. This will make a cute little pillow too, not only an ornament. Then their Honeybee. That was my cats, if you heard that. And the next couple, I just love the colors. The yard sauce, which I have made, Priscilla's yard sauce recipe, multiple years now. And they're really easy to download. And if you have trouble, Chelsea, you can contact her on there and she can help you out. The Hello Summer. See a piece of watermelon coming out of there? And Bloom. You know, Priscilla and Chelsea love their zinnias. And I've been planting zinnias the last few years. Mine didn't do anything this year. And then you may have seen on their Flosstube video their new freebie on Priscilla's blog spot. Priscilla, I believe it's Priscilla 2000, is blessed. So I have kitted up a couple things. The Little Pink Houses by Annie B's Folk Art. I did make some modifications in some of the flosses I picked because I had trouble getting them all, I believe. Okay. So these are kind of the colors. You can't tell. This is Bing Cherry. It's one of my favorites. It looks really dark here, but it's actually a red. Then lastly, Basket of Cherries by Blackbird Designs. I have all the floss for that as well. I don't have it bobbinated or anything, but here it is. Here's the pattern itself. Those bowl of cherries. Check those out. That's adorable. So that's a little bit about what I've been up to. I didn't bring out the knitting this time, but I continue to work on some socks. I did buy some mini skeins for another project, a cowl project I want to start. And I bought some more yarn to go to try to make a shawl here coming up as well. So there hasn't been a lot going on. We're getting ready to, one kid moves from his summer job back to graduate school. Our daughter is currently working on some of her research for her honors thesis. And then we'll move her back to college, so it's going to be crazy for the next couple of weeks. Hopefully I can get some time in to get some stitching done. I've been getting produce out of the garden. And our chicks we bought in March have started laying eggs. So the eggs aren't real big, but they're laying, and that's just adorable. So from my house to yours, keep crafting, happy stitching, and stay healthy. Bye-bye.